We're good? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I haven't been. I'm probably never gonna write.
Just try.
We've hosted over 100 podcast episodes, and today we're going to be drawing out how we outline our episodes, how we prepare our questions, and outline a topic. Today we're outlining our 100th episode with 40-year pastor, Pastor Scott Lamb. After asking some people close to him a topic, we ended up landing on was choosing to stay strong even in struggle. So even though we outlined everything and wrote it out, when we sat down to record, we didn't necessarily stay on topic. We ended up documenting his story because of how moving it was. So while we outlined and had everything prepared, we didn't actually use this outline to its fullest extent. Nonetheless, here's our breakdown of how we outlined our 100th episode with Pastor Scott Lamb.
We had texted Pastor Chris Smart just what's something you would ask Pastor Lamb, and what's something you've seen over the years. And he, number one, talked about this experience he had, or this encounter he had. Encounter with God. And he said that in Prescott Conference. So this is one of the points. But he said the main point was, and this is going to be our circle, we're going to kind of spread out and write out our ideas as we go and as we think, and then this is going to build up and culminate to our podcast outline for the episode we're going to do with Pastor Scott Lamb. So the one thing Pastor Chris Smart said was, I think his steadfastness in trials of all kinds. Talked about even in sickness, even with sleep, work, and struggle. I think first, establish our ethos. So our ethos is our credibility. You talk about pathos, logos, and cryos, but ethos is the credibility of the speaker or the person. Pastor Lamb has been saved, I think, close to 40 years, 40 to 30. We don't have the information yet, apologize, but let's say 30 years, right? He's been pastoring in Las Vegas for about 20.
So the homie was was saved 10 years, and he decided to get sent out.
Well, I think he had a few others. Oh, you're joking. So what ethos does is it establishes why. Wow, I cannot spell. Oh my God. So this answers this question: why you should care about the person, the speaker, the episode, is because he's been saved for 30 years. So he has a lot of what? Wisdom. Experience. It says experience, guys, trust me. He's been pastoring for 20 years in Las Vegas. And the one word he said that this congregation has been is faithful. So this establishes why you should care about what he's saying on the podcast and how it can apply to your life. Why you should trust him, essentially.
I love the music we're playing about it. I have so much fun editing that out.
The audio is going to sound great. So we have steadfastness. So I think let's talk about what did you go through, right? I feel like it's a good starting point.
Does your job
John?
Is steadfastness?
Steadfastness, okay.
Or your faithfulness to an extent?
Okay. You can write it down.
Great.
And then you can write it right here and then connect it to that.
Does it connect with that?
Yeah, because it's like, what did you go through?
Technically, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So then, I feel like also, so we'll ask him kind of what did you go through. So then this also means like spiritual, mental, or physical. And then we'll ask about those things. Because I feel like, because what we're going to do is we're going to establish, okay, how can Pastor Lamb relate to the audience? So there are people in this world watching the podcast that are going through spiritual struggles. Some are going through mental struggles though. Some are going through physical. But Pastor Chris Smart mentioned like all of them. So we want it to be where Pastor Lamb can share, I went through essentially almost everything, and then we can relate to as many people as possible. Because people can say, oh, I went through that too. Okay, what does he say? Because then we talk about the encounter with God. But then also, we forgot a crucial point, is let's go over here, his testimony. So His testimony also connects to why you should care. Because how did he get saved? And what led him to Christ? Because then this goes to, okay, what did you go through? Because if steadfastness is proven in struggle, then okay, let's talk about what you went through. I think also though, we could say, how would you define struggle? That's a good question, I think. So then, we could also get into, as we talk about the struggle, we talk about then, I think, faithfulness / steadfastness. So number one, how did you do it?
Wow.
Yeah, literally. Kind of establish, okay, this is what we're talking about. Get your new lighted up mug today. Link is in the description.
Why be faithful?
Ooh.
Why have steadfast? Which why be faithful?
Because also what Raphael's doing is he's asking the questions that kind of almost nobody would ask. Because it's also saying, okay, like, what if I don't want to be a Christian? Because people won't ask those questions. But they will wonder them sometimes. I have.
Yeah. Or even, sometimes even when you are a Christian, what's the point? Why am I even here? Why do I have to day in, day out constantly teach these people how to go get some fish?
Yeah. And I think that's one of the points we can hit on. Let's write that down. Because, you want me to write it down? Okay. So we talk about, why should I do this? Because if we're talking about steadfastness in struggle, we're gonna come to a point where most likely we're gonna address, why are we doing this, right?
Sometimes we get tired of teaching the same people or the same thing over and over, and then.
So then this also, I feel like, can connect to, how did you do it?
Yeah, that we could ask why or how. When you get tired, why did you do it? Because if why or how.
Yeah. So I think you're right.
Could go into how because you wouldn't.
Because I think you're right. So I think this should be 2, and yours should be 1. Because I think we talk first about why.
Why, what, how.
Yeah.
The little.
Yeah.
Who,
what, when,
yeah. Yeah, that stupid thing.
But like, if we ask why, then we're gonna ask him how.
He's gonna answer how.
Yeah. Because then this also is gonna go into the strategy
of struggle.
Right, literally. So strategy of struggle, but then also this is where we can help apply it to our lives, to our walks with God. This is where the meat of the episode comes in, because then what we're doing is we're providing the answer to the episode. We're providing the answer to, how do I
stay saved?
Stay steadfast in struggle. Because that's the question we're answering. We're answering, how do I stay steadfast? How did
you stay safe?
Yeah, how did you do it? Because that's what we're asking, because then that gives us the strategy of struggle and how we can apply it to our lives. So we ask, how did you do it? So I would ask, when did you know, vroom vroom, what to do? So let's start off with just kind of like a...
You said, when do you know what to do?
Yeah, when did you know?
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah. So when did you know what to do?
Who did you ask
Yeah.
what to do?
Who did you ask? Yeah.
I'm gonna make a box too.
Make it look pretty.
I'm gonna make it look pretty.
Because then the reflection question can be like, so then it becomes like, who can I go to? Because the main point is like, yeah, this is all about Pastor Lamb, but we want to take his wisdom and experience and what? Apply it. We want to apply his wisdom, experience from everything here to our own lives, because that's what we're doing. You know, that's why they preach. That's why they testify. That's why they counsel. And so that's what we want to do as well. Because then we go to, when did you know what to do? And then obviously, what did you do, right? Because I want to do that too. I want to get through times of, yeah. I want to be faithful. I want to be steadfast. So, you know, what did you do? So I can do that too. What did you do also connects to this question. What can I do? But what did you do also means, what would you do differently? Because this, put some squiggles around it.
Make it look fancy.
Because this is the golden question. The golden question
goes into this.
Yeah, because the golden question is, what would you do differently? Also connects to what? What can I do? When did you know what to do? Who can I go to? All of this is, what would you do differently? Which also connects to, how can I improve? Because that's the main goal. We want to watch a podcast. We want to set up a podcast where it's, okay, we want to have biblically right and sound mind when we go through these trials. Okay, well that means, what did you do? But then what would you do differently? What can I do, and how can I apply what you've learned to my life? Oh, encounter with God.
Definitely go brief.
Okay, because I think
Not briefly, but go into more depth, because we went depth into to work and get into struggle. Maybe briefly go on sickness.
So then why would we only go brief?
Not brief, because.
Or why would we make this brief?
No, I'm not saying that brief.
No, I'm asking like as a reflection for the audience. So like explain.
I don't wanna.
You said this should be brief.
I was talking about this one specifically.
Oh.
This should be spoken on. This is the end goal right there. What I was talking of, because I was saying these two knock each other out. We go brief on sickness and sleep. I mean, sleep does help a lot.
Well,
matter of fact, how the heck did you do with tired? How did you do with people when you were tired? But anyways,
I think. Hold on, that's a really great point. I didn't even think about that, because then.
They're nice, buddy.
Let's end with. So this is something important that we still aren't even mastering, because you said something that actually triggered this.
Did I? You're welcome.
You said we're going to talk about all of this, because we'll talk about how he got to this. Because all this stuff happened, sickness, work, sleep, struggle, but then he still had an encounter with God. He's still preaching and sending out churches. So where is he now? Right? Mm-hmm. Because then you're telling people like, this not only worked, but he's better off than what he was. And that gives hope to the people who are in the middle of struggle, in the middle of horrible work schedules, sleep schedules, and in the middle of sickness. To the people that can relate and who are in it, okay, now you know what to do, but now what do you have? Hope. And that's all connected to what? The praise report. So where is he now also becomes, what are you doing? Because then that just all comes back to what our main goal, I'm looking for room, is salvation, inspiration, direction, and those are three. There's like more, maybe like motivation and so, but these kind of cover the main, let's put a star. Because then this covers the main goal. Obviously we want salvation, but inspiration, direction helps the saints of God who are already saved. But the main goal becomes, this crap happened, but there's hope. And there's hope in salvation.
There's the inspiration that people get saved, and the direction is salvation.
Ooh, let him cook. And so I think that covers kind of everything in a nutshell, what we do when we create a podcast outline, because we have the problem.
And when the salvation is praised.
Ooh, let him cook.
So cringy.
So we have the problem. Then we have the problem, we have the challenge. There you go.
And there's application at the end.
And then application.
There's the
Application.
there's a summit in here.
Somewhere. But then the application, I'm trying to think of an Asian. Okay,
It's just this is it.
yeah, we'll say salvation.
Just a little thought. That's it.
Yeah. And then that just makes a well-rounded off episode.
And when salvation comes, like I said, oopsie, my apologies.
There's a big cycle. And so there you have it. Yeah, so, we established the problem, the challenge, what he did, so the application, and then the salvation, praise report, the hope, and then just making sure that you establish good foundations with ethos, why you should care, how he has experience, how he has wisdom, how he's very faithful, always ask the golden question, and then, yeah, I think that's kind of it. Yeah, so that's what we've learned and are still learning. By no means are we professionals or, know everything, but this is what we've learned from about 100 episodes.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, go ahead.
First, this is a starting point.
I don't know what he's doing.
There.
Ah, that's so much better. You're like, wow, it makes so much more sense.
So you start right here.
And then ending.
See, this is how your walk with God is.
Honestly,
Rafa.
we gotta outro this, bro. It's getting too long.
Rafa.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on, and we'll see you guys next time.